We're gonna close this with our Week 12 preview. Now, I usually do this solo from the show and make it a solo segment. But I recorded it yesterday, and this idiot here, myself, had the microphone on mute for 20 minutes. So that recording is not good to use, and I was too irritated to do it again. So we're gonna go through these games, take the next 10, 15 minutes and go through this game. We got a nice slate on deck. So we already gave our picks for Bears Steelers. Like I said, Aaron Rodgers is questionable. So we're gonna start with the Chiefs and the Colts. The Chiefs are at home. They will be taking on the 8-2 Indianapolis Colts. Colts is coming off a overtime victory. Was it what? No, they were in Madrid last week.
Yeah,
they
were in Madrid. They were in Madrid.
They were in Madrid. Yeah, they were in Madrid last week. So they got to win. No, they were in Germany. Madrid was the Dolphins and the Commanders.
Yeah, Dolphins and Commanders. My bad.
Yes, they were in Germany.
Yeah, they were in Hitler Stadium. They were in Hitler Stadium.
Right, they was in Hitler Stadium. They was in Germany, and they had Commanders and Dolphins playing with Real Madrid play. So, but yeah, they won in overtime against the Chiefs. The thing about the Colts is kind of weird to me is that I still don't know if Daniel Jones is good or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I still don't know if he's good or not. They had possible, if they actually cared about giving the MVP to non-quarterbacks, Jonathan Taylor should be MVP. Mm-hmm. But this is a game to me where the Chiefs have to win. And having said that, I don't think they will. I do not think the Chiefs are going to win this game. I think they're going to drop to under 500, which is something I've never thought I'd say about not just Patrick Mahomes-led Chiefs team, an Andy Reid-led Chiefs team. Even before Patrick Mahomes, they had Alex Smith. They were still winning divisions. They were 12-4 the year before they drafted Patrick Mahomes. I just think the Colts are going to control the clock. They're not going to have any answer for Jonathan Taylor. The defense is going to know what to do against the Chiefs, and the Chiefs' offense themselves do stupid stuff. So you got to factor that in. And I believe that Daniel Jones, even though I don't think he is quote unquote a game changer, I think he can make the plays enough to keep the ball out of harm's way and get it done. So I'm gonna go to Colts in a close one over the Chiefs. How do you see this one going?
Over the Chiefs? Yeah.
Against the Chiefs. I know.
Because I'm with you. That's the thing. I really don't. I just don't. I don't know about the Colts, bro. But it's tough when the run game is rolling like theirs is. When teams can run the ball like that, they are tough to beat. So I'm gonna go with the Colts. I'll get the Colts to dub this Sunday.
Okay. I got a lot of upsets this week. I'm just letting people know. Bengals Patriots in Cincinnati. Now it hasn't officially even said that Joe Burrow is gonna play, but I put 2 and 2 together. He's practicing full all week, so that pretty much tells you he's going to play on Sunday. They're going against the New England Patriots, who are 9-2, having a good year. Drake May putting together a great campaign. I will say it is funny to me how everybody said the Bears have played nobody. The Patriots ain't played nobody either. Go there. Their schedule is terrible. Okay, but ain't no conversation about that. But Patriots and Bengals. There's no Jamar Chase. Because Jamar suspended for spitting on Jalen Ramsey last week, which was hilarious that he said he didn't spit on him. Brother, we have 4K cameras.
Too many cameras, dog.
We all saw you, and yes, you're lucky he didn't smack you. Because I'm with Mike Tomlin. I'm not going to tell a man how to react after he got spit on.
Yeah, do what comes natural. I like when he said that.
People have been shot for less. That's all I'm going to say about that. But Bengals, even without Jamar Chase, they can put up points. I think it's going to be a big T. Higgins game. And I think the Patriots, they could win this game, wouldn't surprise me. But I think Joe Burrow and them are going to get a win. I'm going to go with Joe Burrow and the Bengals at home.
It's tough to go against Joe Burrow when he's back. Because, I mean, one thing, he's going to go balls to the wall. He's going to give it all he has. I think I'm going to go with the Bengals as well. I mean, because one thing we can say, that defense is awful. But even with Joe Flacco back there, they put up points. And if it's Joe, you still got T, you still got the rest of that offense. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
Yeah, we know firsthand just how many points they can put up. But Jets, Ravens in Baltimore. Baltimore going for 5 in a row to get over 500.
Next.
They are playing the New York Football Jets. The Jets have been playing better the last 2 weeks, but they're losing this game. Our guy Justin Fields, as you say, will be coaching wide receivers in Kennesaw, Georgia, very soon, has been benched for Tyrod Taylor. The Ravens going to win this football game, and they better blow them out. In fact, I'm looking at this game as in how many points are you going to win this by? That's how I'm going to be judging this. And of course, I know you got Ravens too, so we'll move on. Seahawks Titans, another game of what are we doing? Why are we watching this? Seahawks lost last week. This is a perfect get right game for Sam Darnold. The Titans have been so bad, we ain't even been mentioning Cam Ward no more. I don't even know if he playing. That's how bad the Titans have been. Seahawks gonna get it right. I think it's gonna be another blowout. It's gonna be over in the second quarter, like 3 of their last 4 games have been. So we're gonna have it with that. Vikings Packers. This one intrigues me a little bit. And the reason I say this intrigues me a little bit, this is in Lambeau Field, a place the Packers have already lost to the Carolina Panthers. The Vikings are 2-0 on the road against the division. They beat the Bears Monday Night Football, and then they beat Detroit at Ford Field 2 weeks ago. J.J. McCarthy stinks. I just want to get that out right now. I know we got to give young quarterbacks grace and stuff, but as somebody who has watched bad quarterbacks for a great majority of his life as a football fan, I know when I see trash, and J.J. McCarthy is that. But I do believe this will be a competitive game. But I think that Micah Parsons found something last week. And I think you're going to really start to see him ramp up. I think he's going to be big. I think the Packers are going to win this. So not going to be something where they run away with it. But I think it'll be a close game that the Packers will win this one.
Yeah, I think the Packers still have some major concerns, especially with Michael Parsons in that pass rush. But I think the Packers are going to get this one done. The Vikings, you should not have let Sam Darnold walk out that door. I know you drafted JJ. You put that draft capital into him. And it's a lot like Atlanta with Michael Penix now being out for the year with the ACL. It's just tough. It's just a tough pick. But, yeah, I'm going to go with the Packers.
How are Atlanta Falcons fans feeling about that? Like, I think Falcons fans are underrated. I think a lot of people think that Atlanta don't have NFL fans when they do.
No, they have some of the best fans. I think people are more so disappointed. You knew this was a risk with Michael Penix, having 2 ACLs. He tore the other ACL, but having 2 ACLs, that's just, the nature of the beast. This team still has some talent on both sides of the ball, though. But Drake London also hurt his PCL, so now it's like you're down for another season of missing the playoffs. Ironically enough, they have not made the playoffs since they opened the new stadium. So, you put a lot into it. You hope you want to hold. Nope.
So the last time they playoffs, that was a Georgia Dome.
That was a Georgia Dome. I was at that game.
Wow.
NFC Championship. Yep, they have not hosted the playoff. They have not hosted the playoff game. They played in LA and they got smacked. Well, no, they won. They beat LA and then they got smacked the next week, but they had to play on the road. So they have not hosted the playoff game in the Benz since they opened it. But
the Benz is my second favorite stadium in the NFL. I love the Benz.
Yeah, bro.
Shout out to the great people who curate the media food over there. I've never had real cookies. I say this every time. I've never had real velvet cookies in my life to that day. I walked that. I've been to half of the NFL stadiums in the league now. I am blessed to be able to say that I've been to like 15, 16 NFL stadiums. I have never walked out of an NFL stadium with a to-go plate until I covered the Bears-Falcons game. So big love to the Falcons. I ain't never had Chick-fil-A on Sunday, bro. Shout out to them. But moving on to Detroit. Shockingly, another favorite stadium of mine. I love Ford Field. Ford Field is very underrated. Lions, Giants. Like we said earlier, if Jackson Dart was playing this game, he's still in concussion protocol. Jaquan Brisker must have hit him very hard because when he went down 2 weeks ago, I didn't think he was going to be like out for as long as he's been. But they have no Scatterbo. He's too busy going to WWE Raw. By the way, let the young boy live. If he's under rehab right now, you can't tell him where he can and can't go.
He off the
I think it's going to be 100%. I think it'll be a fake close game, like a quarter and a half, but then they're going to get together. Too much Jahmyr Gibbs, too much J-Mo, too much golf. And the Giants defense isn't what it started the season as. So I'm going to go with the Lions in this by multiple touchdowns.
Oh, yeah, I'm going with Detroit. Detroit is, like I said, this division is going to be interesting because all 3 teams that are in the hunt have some winnable games. So I think this is going to be one of those, but Detroit needs to get it done. They should get it done. You never know with J-Mo. He like a broken clock is right twice a day. He might light your ass up for 4 touchdowns, but he'll throw 4 picks too. So, but I think in this one that the Lions get it done.
Yeah. And so you got Jaguars Cardinals, another why would you watch this game? Jacoby Brissett versus Trick Off Trev and stunning 4K. The Jaguars better win this game. That's all I got. Jaguars better win this game. They're 6-4. They're trying to stay in the playoff race. I got the Jaguars winning. I'm assuming you got the same thing.
Yeah, I got Jaguars as well.
Browns Raiders. There's nothing to sell you on outside of Shador's official start. I am not expecting much from Shador, considering they just started giving this man reps this week, which I think is a total abomination. I think is a disgrace. But when you really sit and think about it, I watched. I don't know if you saw that clip I put in the group chat from Cleveland radio this week. No, actually I didn't put it in. Mikey put it in there. And the announcer was going off on Cleveland Sports Radio, ESPN 1000 Cleveland. He said, "It's upsetting, but is it shocking? This is who the Cleveland Browns are. If you think we've had it bad as Bears fans and quarterbacks, and we have, I believe that Cleveland Browns fans would sell their children to have the 7 years of Jay Cutler that we had. That's how bad it's been for them. You can take Mitchell Trubisky's 2018 season, and that would be like a top 5 season in Cleveland Browns history. It's that bad. So, and if I was a Cleveland Brown fan seeing what Baker doing, I'd be vomiting. I truly would be. So the only thing I got, I think the Browns gonna win this game. The Raiders are terrible. The Raiders are god awful, and they are bogus for drafting Genty. They should have let us get them because they ain't doing nothing with them. I got the Browns winning this one, and I think Shador is going to start the rest of the season. That's my hot take.
Yeah, I think Max Crosby is going to be all over the place, but I do think that, having a full week of reps, and not only a full week of reps, players who want to play with him. You see the touchdown pass that got dropped. A better receiver catches that pass. You don't throw that to that guy. Jerry Jeudy catches that pass. So I think Shador's going to have some flashes. That's going to have some moments where you're going to be like, okay, yeah, he is not ready yet. But I think even with that said, like you said, the Raiders are really, really bad, and the Browns defense is good enough to where they should win this game. Probably like, a 21-14 type of thing. But I got Cleveland as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be ugly football. Falcons Saints. We just named all the injuries the Falcons have. This is gonna be a nasty game, but it is one of my favorite rivalries in the NFL because these two fan bases legitimately hate each other. Like it's an underrated kind of hate that I feel like if you're just a casual NFL fan, I don't think you understand how much Falcons and Saints fans hate each other. Like, it's an elite rivalry. It's in New Orleans. I don't really like how either one of these teams are playing. But I'm actually going to pick the Falcons because even though Kirk Cousins has been buns, I still like him more than whoever's going to be playing quarterback for the Saints this week. And I think at worst, give the ball to Bijan, get out of his way. And the last couple games have been close for them anyway. So I think the Falcons are going to win a very close one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Captain Kirk as well. Kirk O'Chains, as they like to call him. But no, I think he's gonna get it done. The Saints are horrible, bro. Like they are
terrible.
Just a bad franchise. The Falcons, like I said, still got a little bit of talent. Darnell Mooney has been a disappointment, but it's gonna be him and Kyle Pitts. Yes, Bijan is. I think Bijan is gonna be out this week, but
he's gonna be out this week.
I still got Atlanta though.
Either way, the Saints are terrible. They can throw me a running back, and I'll probably still pick the Falcons. Eagles, Cowboys. Now, here's my hot take of the week. Not of the week. One of my hot takes. I got the Cowboys winning this game. Okay? I don't give Jerry Jones credit for anything because I think he's senile and should sell the team and be in a home. He kind of cooked with that Quentin Williams trade. I'm not going to lie. He kind of cooked with that Quentin Williams trade. He already got an impact. Him and Frank Clark looking like a good duo right now. Dak quietly is having a great season. And I just feel that if you look at week 1 in Philadelphia, the Cowboys probably should have won that game. And I don't think the Eagles have really changed that much since. Cowboys are at home in Jerry World. It's NFC East. It's going to be competitive. I can't wait to see the NFC East Hard Knocks. I don't really care about the training camp Hard Knocks anymore because we have Instagram and we see the stories and the content these teams put out. But in-season Hard Knocks is where it's at. I'm excited to see that. I'm going to Cowboys in an upset. I think the Cowboys are going to win this one.
Yeah, I'm sure I got Cowboys as well. I definitely think. Shout out to what's my boy George Pickens. He is quietly having a very good season. He's on pace for like 99 catches, 1,500 yards. But no, I think Dakota has always been one of the underrated quarterbacks in the National Football League. And when you wear that star on your helmet, it's a whole lot of love. It's a whole lot of hate. But, Dak has been hooping, and that's something that you really can't deny. So, no, I got the Cowboys winning this one, too. I don't want them to win by much because I don't want the Eagles to have any more extra motivation coming into Black Friday. like, oh, we got to bounce back, blah blah blah. But I think the Cowboys will get this one done.
I mean, you could look at it that way. I could look at it the other way. Like, I want to keep having that tension in the locker room, Bill. So maybe around that, they're at the tipping point of this is not something we can put together. So I feel you. You can go either way. Sunday Night Football, Rams. The Rams. If we got to give since we all know MVP is a quarterback award, Matthew Stafford is MVP. If we're going off quarterbacks, and he's running away with it from a quarterback position. He is doing his best to get into the Hall of Fame. And honestly, I've got to honor it. I called him Stat Padford his entire Detroit Lions career because he would get great stats and it didn't matter. He got to Los Angeles, got around Aaron Donald, got around Sean McVay, got around Cooper Kupp, and became a winning factor for that team. You know, a lot of people say, oh, well, nobody really lost that trade between them and the Lions. Yeah, nobody lost it. But the Rams won it. Like, we ain't got to keep sugarcoating that. The Rams won the Super Bowl. The Rams won the Super Bowl and have been in more NFC championship games. We forget that Detroit flamed out last year. So the Rams won this to me. And I love Devontae Adams. I've always been a Devontae fan. Even when he was the Packers, he was my guilty pleasure. You know, you always got one fan. You're a fan of one player on your division rival. You just never really admit it like that. For years, It was Randy Moss. It was Devontae then, and now it's Justin Jefferson. I love Justin Jefferson. But Devontae's cooking. Puka Nacua is cooking. That defense is cooking. Jared Verse is doing well. And, of course, you got Sean McVay. The Buccaneers are having a good season, too, but the injuries are starting to really hit them. And you can really see it starting to impact them. I think this will be a close game, but the Rams are at home. And, you know, they make that joke with SoFi is always a road game. Yes, but there's not that many worldwide Buccaneer fans. So I think there will be more Rams fans there. I got the Rams winning a very close one.
Yeah, I got the Rams. Well, actually, I don't have it close. I had the Rams by at least 10. I think the Rams are going to really just get it done. Like you said, the injuries are really piling up. That Buccaneers defense ain't that good, so I got to go with the Rams.
Final game of the week. This is a sneaky good Monday Night Football game. You got the San Francisco 49ers at home. They're in a thick NFC West race. We keep talking about the NFC North. NFC West race is just as tight. And they got to keep afloat, which they've been doing. In my opinion, this is Kyle Shanahan's best job as a coach, considering all the injuries they've had to important players. Bosa's been out. Fred Warner's been out. Purdy's been in and out of the lineup. He's been very good with Mac Jones, Christian McCaffrey up and down. And then you got the Carolina Panthers, who are 6-5 right now. Bryce Young holding it down for the short kings, for the untall. Shout out to Bryce Young. And it really feels like they're starting to believe their head coach and the coach they're building over there. I think this will be a close game. I just don't think the Panthers are fully ready for prime time yet. And I do believe that the 49ers will get a victory, but I do think this will be a competitive game.
Yeah, I go Niners by a field goal. I think, like you said, this is still a team that they're used to winning. The Panthers are still trying to learn how to win. One of the surprises of the league this year, but a good team. But I still think that the 49ers will get it done. They'll get the W.